Hello my guys, welcome to the channel today. Just a short video, actually short for this time, hopefully, which to answer one question I got asked the other day by somebody, which seems appropriate to do a small video on, which is if everything is equal in your roster and you've leveled a bunch of stuff that you really enjoy leveling already, you don't really want to collect X collect legend or Y collect legend. What teams should you level to try and prepare yourself for what's coming next with Galaxy Heroes? What's the future hold? What should you level to be on top of it, especially if you're someone who's a free-to-play player or you spend a very small amount of money, relatively speaking? How do you maximize your situation? And realistically, as I said to this guy, there are two possible answers to this question. The first one is the Cal Kestis character. So they're up here. You've got Marin, Surgenda, Tarful, Sorgera. I've already leveled the other Cal. Cal Kestis is a character who is probably more important in different ways than many of the characters of this similar ilk. So you had before him the Grand Inquisitor, for example, and the Grand Inquisitor, the Inquisitor team was pushed for ages, right? They pushed for lots of galactic challenges, they pushed for conquest mode, they pushed for Reaver mission, which you need now like 7 Inquisitors to get Reaver. Okay, that's kind of important. You also have the Scythe and the Time Scepter. That's also important. Don't get me wrong. However, if then CG are working on that basic principle, what they're likely to do in the new year, because it's about a year since Rise of the Empire started, last November-ish time, they're likely to include a node which relates to the last new character, which in this case is Cal Kestis, much like Reaver came from the Grand Inquisitor. So, should you have Cal Kestis ready, you might be able to get access to another new character. They've already said they're going to increase the number of planets, number of missions. They've already added a special bonus mission for the Zepho. Is it Zepho? I believe it's Zepho. Zepho planet specific to the Cal Kestis team. And I can imagine they'll add a character there. Maybe the other pilot from the game, whose name escapes me right now. I'm sure someone will tell me what it is. Or someone else throughout the second game, especially rather than the first game. Which is the first game, they've already got a lot of the characters, the Inquisitors, for example, as well as Sirajanda, as well as Merrin, as well as Cal himself ×2. So that's the first thing for Cal. The other thing that's important for Cal is in Grand Arena at the minute, he's actually really cool because he's lifted character of a sort for Jedi Master Luke, sort of. He's also great at destroying Darth Malgus or other characters like Darth Malgus in one shot. He's generally just a really, really, really good character that's effective at breaking teams down really quickly with kind of average characters to go other average Jedi going with him. So first suggestion I had was Cal Kestis characters. 5 characters to gear 12. I know they're single drops, but if you refresh them once per day, 25 crystals per day, it's 100 for the whole group because, of course, one of the characters was a Cantina character, it's a little different. For the other 4, if you do 1 refresh per day, 25 crystals. Honestly, I started collecting them about 2 months ago, and you can see Marin's done, Cal has done, Sirius got 20 left, Tarful and Solve got 70, 80 left each. So there'll be a few weeks left, those guys, like 3 weeks probably to finish all this off. But well in time for the next time it comes around. So if you start now, there's no reason why you can't be ready in time. Now, the other team people I've been recommending to people whenever they've asked me, what should I level now if I don't know what to level and I don't really want to level anything in particular, it's Imperial Troopers. Now, my troopers are kind of average at best, to say the least. Average is really pushing it, to be honest, they're pretty terrible. But the new raid is coming probably in January-ish time, something like January, February, I would imagine. They're probably looking at a cadence where they're going to be releasing one at the start of every year from now on, probably. And they've already said the characters that you need. You either need Imperial Troopers, you need some of the Ewoks, or you need the Rebels. Now, the Rebels, I will bet you, probably need Leia to be most effective. That's that's like Jabba the Hutt for the Hutt cartel, right? You're gonna need the GL character to make that faction work well. But much like the Grey Dragon with Jedi Knight Revan, or much like the Grey Dragon with Maul and the Mandalorian characters, Imperial Troopers will probably be able to do a job quite up to like 500,000 quite easily. And honestly, they're not hard to get, right? If you take out the top few there, so if you take out P8, Gideon, Dark Trooper, right, and you take out, I guess, Iden as well to a lesser extent, but certainly the top 3 there. Veers, Death Trooper, Range Trooper, Shore Trooper, Storm Trooper, Stark, Snow Trooper, and Magma Trooper, can't include Scout Trooper, of course. Those guys are all old, in inverted commas, characters, which means they don't require credit tags, which means you can use tier 1 material from Credit Dragon Raid or whichever raid you do to get that material really quickly. So you can get the Carbantes quickly, the stun guns, the handcuffs, the little spinny discs, the little like rod things. I don't know the name of all the things, but it's actually very easy to get them all to gear 12 now. If it's anything like the Great Dragon Raid, which we have no clue, obviously we're guessing based on the Great Dragon is using that as a template, getting 450,000 with gear 12 Mandalorians is kind of alright. Like it's not particularly super impossible or anything like that. So that would arguably say that gear 12 troopers will probably get you the same kind of impact out of it. So if you wanted to level a team specifically for the next raid, which was not super heavy in terms of materials, troopers would be a good one. The other thing I would say about troopers, of course, is two things. One is a few of them are pilots, like Piet, like Iden. So yeah, they give you a double up bonus because you've got a ship to switch with them too. And the second thing is in Grand Arena, they're really effective at beating two teams. You can beat Lord Vader with Shakti and some troopers. You can beat pretty much every non-GL team going just about with troopers. You can't beat John like Skywalker, but like you can beat Darth Maul like Darth Revan, for example, to punch your way through him using Dark Trooper. I think you can beat Citadel from Palpatine. I think most things can beat Citadel from Palpatine. And of course, Iden, if you level Iden's team, Iden's actually really good at beating many A teams or A minus teams, if you will, that don't have very good counters otherwise, or you have one counter for. They can whip through a lot of teams at Iden. So well worth leveling out. And of course, the TIE Defender is a brilliant ship, like I said, so ships, and of course, the Executive for Admiral Piet is brilliant. So if I was to bet on things, if I was a betting man at all, which I am not, but if I was, I would level characters for Cal Kestis, which I am doing, and I would level Imperial Troopers, which I will do once I finish getting Leia, which I should get in a few weeks' time when this video is published. So I will be a man of my word, and I will do the same thing. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.